Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Miriam here at Paper Wheel Studio, home of the wheelchair crafter. I am here today and I'm going to make slides today. I've never made them. I'll be honest, I have never made these kind of slides for a journal. So I got some of Margaret's from Sevenplaza, her film strip kit, and I've got my little bugs here. I thought I would make some slides with them. I also have my snippety insects here that are the little tiny ones, and I might use a mushroom or a butterfly or something out of these as well, because I have some little tiny slides here that I'm going to be playing with. I brought along my needle so that I can get the sticky backings off of the paper. And I have some of these cut out, some of them I will cut as I go. I have 5 little slides here. And I'm afraid most of my bugs here are going to be too large for my little ones. Let me stick one in the window here and see how he works. Yeah, he's kind of large for that. I think this one's even, yeah, these are all the big bugs. So let's see what I've got here. Oh, this butterfly I think would go very well in this one. It has kind of like a green base to it. The slides were cut out with my die cutting machine. So I think, let's just try him in there. Yeah. Okay. I will use that one and that one. And let's look for a few more here. Skipping the flowers today. I'm wanting more butterflies or insects. And a mushroom or two would be okay. I'm not wild about mushrooms, but I don't mind making a mushroom slide. Yeah, but he fits. So I'm going to make a little pile of fitters here. And I got 2 more little slides. I thought I had a third one, but maybe I don't. I thought I had a little blue one. Don't know where it went if I did. Oh, there it is hiding. Clear under there. I do have a little blue one. And I just lost my butterfly. And my mushroom in my lap here. Give me a moment. There they are. Alright, so let's see what I've got to go with a blue, a brown, and a black slide. I'm sure there's something in here that would work. Another mushroom, but let's just do one mushroom today. A little flower, single flower. I know I had tiny little bugs. Oh, here we go. There's one. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Probably have another, maybe. There's another bug. I could just tell by the way he was laying there. I don't think this guy wants to come out of here, does he? He's being very, very difficult. There he is. And let's see how... Ooh, I like that one in there. Yeah, I think I'm going to use that one, or maybe... Let's see, does this guy fit better? I don't think any more better than the other one. Alright, I think that's what I'm going to use. Yeah, actually I think this is a moth. Don't ever go by what I say, because I'm not the best at naming what things that they're supposed to be named. That butterfly jumped out of somewhere else, I think. Did he? I don't know if he was in here or not, but he's going back in there. Close this up and slide it away. And now, my plan is here to fold my slides in half. Okay. Then I'm going to figure out where I want my insects, glue them down to the back of my slide, and then use a piece of this slide film that I printed on clear sticker paper over top of it. So the slide will look like it's really icky and yellowed. Okay. I'm not sure how well he'll stand up on, or stand out on this one. So let me see which one. Yeah, I think he'll be okay on there. Yeah. All right, so I'm just going to figure out where I want them here. And how about if I lay my ruler down on here to hold it closed, and then I can make sure I get my little bug in the right place. Just using my PVA white glue today that I always forget to put the pen in. And these are just really, if you have a die cut to cut your slides out, these are very, very, very simple to do. Okay, let's get some glue on the back of him so I can make sure I get him down in the right place. I think I'm going to do, I have a lot out here to do every one of these small ones, but what I think I'll do is a couple small ones, and then I'll do a couple of big ones. See how neat these look once they're finished. Like I said, I've not done them, so I can only imagine, but I think they'll look really cool with the vintage photo strips right over top of them. All right, so he's glued down there. Let's lay him to the side so we can do all our film strips at the same time. And let's get our butterfly on here. Okay, let's give him a little bit of glue. Not much to this. If you already have your insects cut out and you already have your slides cut out, it's just a matter of gluing things together and adding the film strip. Very, very simple process. But I didn't have any, so I thought I'd give it a try here and see how they turned out. I also think I might use a little bit of hardware with these. All right, who'd we pick out for this? Do we have another bug? Here he is. He's hiding underneath everything. All right, we're gonna use this guy on here. And then I think the mushroom will put on one of the dark brown ones. We might just get all the little ones glued. Put the glue in the middle of my slide this time. Try to do it that way instead of putting the glue on the insect. That worked. Got it right where I needed it to be. Laid it aside so it could be drying a little. Usually doesn't take very long for my white PVA glue to dry. And then I have this butterfly. I don't think we picked out enough insects, but we'll see here. I think I might need one more. Oh, look at that, with that frame. That is too cool. I'm trying to slide him down. Hopefully I didn't glue him down all the way yet. Yeah. Let me slide him just a little. That's good. All right. So I got two more here. we'll do a mushroom. And then I'll pull something else out of my thing. I don't know, do we want to do a flower maybe? I wasn't planning on it, but if I have a flower that will fit my frame, I just might do that. Okay, this one has a little piece that needs punched out. Where did my needle go? Here it is. Sometimes these little snippet pieces, there's pieces in them, and when you punch it out, you can kind of see through then. Oh, it doesn't want to punch out. Now, that's because I was punching out the wrong piece. Where did it go? Was I seeing things? Hang on. Yeah, no, I wasn't. It's this piece right in here somewhere. I'm just going to put it down like it is. I don't know which piece punches out. There's one there that I think does, but it won't hurt. I'm going to glue it right down on there. So trying to spend all day figuring it out. Now a couple of these, I just cut them out with just really some brown origami paper. They're going to be vintage photo strip. Will give it more stability, so I'm not too worried about it, the paper being too thin. Still didn't get him quite right. Let's put him just, I think right there will do it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's pick out one more here. And I don't want to do a lot of sorting, so there's another. Oh, I found another bug, little bug. Oh, wow. And he's even different than the other two I have, so that'll be great. Let's put him down here. Yeah, I see his big brother over there. This one looks just like these two, so I was talking about this bug here. Looks just like this little guy. Okay, so there we go. Get him centered in my little window here. All right, and we'll lay him to the side so he can be drying a bit. And because I just can't wait to do all the others, I'm going to pull one of these guys that has been drying longer over here and find a piece of film strip that's going to work. Let's see. I was hoping these would work on the smaller ones. So let's just, I don't need the film strip sides, so I'm going to cut that off and leave it in a long strip so I can use it maybe for washi tape on something. If I can cut it straight. Now the part going under the slide doesn't need to be straight, so it really doesn't matter too much. There we go. Let's just keep going on up through here. All right. And I'm going to go down the other side too, because likely I will use this entire strip on this. If not, pretty close to it. I didn't count how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I'll use it all up. I haven't thought about using this number 7. We're going to try it on one of these to see how it turns out with the stamp number posted on it. Okay. I didn't cut very straight, but that's all right. Got some pieces there I can use. And that's going to be too small, so let's cut these squares off here so I have them ready to roll. Should be able to get all the, I don't know that we'll get these completely decorated today, but you can decorate them up with little labels or anything that you want, however you like to decorate things. I will just start with the number 07 here. Because, if I'm not mistaken, we will be able to see through. Let's put him on this black buggy here. And I believe I'm going to have to see these fit. Well, the 7's not going to fit in that. So I'm not going to use the 7 piece. Let me get a different one here. And there we go. That one just fits in there. So I'm just going to trim it a little bit around the edges. Not a lot. Just enough to get rid of the excess, because I'm going to use brads in the corners of these, and I don't want to have to poke through the sticky paper with the brad. It makes it harder to poke through. Okay. There we go. All right. Let's see what it looks like. I'm excited. I can't wait. I think it'll be really cool looking. You won't be able to see. Wow, it's so cool looking. You can't see the bog. I thought you'd be able to see through it. Well, let's use it. Pull Mr. Buggy up here. If I can get him up without too much damage. I got all those glued down there. And I really didn't need to do that, did I? Sorry, it's going to be covered up by the bug. It won't matter. Okay, so I'm going to put it down there like that. I can still get the look of a vintage slide here. And let's put some more glue back on our spider guy. And we'll stick him down here. See, when you make a mistake, you just fix it. Maybe some of the others that are lighter and on the clear sticker paper. This is washi paper that I printed these on, so not completely clear. Ooh, but it still looks so cool. Yeah, that looks really cool. I like it. So, slight change of plans with these. Now I'm just going to put some glue down around my edges because I'm going to be using a brad here. And I think I'll just go ahead and finish this one. That way you can see the final. Okay. And there's already holes here. So I've got some mini black or brass. I even have some square ones in here. And some different colored ones. So let's see here. There we go, got it. Okay, we'll get some of my teeny weeny teeny tiny black ones, I think. Oops, there's two of my tiny ones. I think they're the tiny black ones, yeah. Tell you what, I'm just gonna, oh, there's another one. And, did I get another one? I sure did. So we're gonna use the 4 teeny weeny 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 ones. And I'm going to go ahead and put it through both pieces. If my fingers will allow me to do it. Ah. There we go. Got it that time, I think. Maybe not. Maybe so. There we go. Got it that time. Oh, wow. Look Look how these look. These look too cool. Now I can get my brads separated. Wow. There we go. Got it, got it. Maybe I got it. Yeah, here we go. All right. Once I get those opened up, I still have inky fingers. I've been doing a lot of things with my inks lately. All right, so I got one in there. Oh, I like that. Isn't that just so cool? There we go. Make sure that was completely opened in the back. And I don't mind having the brads because, like I said, this will likely be glued down onto something. Tell you what, these tiny little brads aren't easy to work with, that's for sure. Okay. All right, got that one open. So I'm going to press those feet out and get them here where they're not off the edge of my card. Now, if you wanted, you could put these on the front and then just glue it closed and not have your brad hold the whole thing closed, but I didn't do that with this one, so just going to carry on. The more I do, the easier it gets. Gosh, if I did all these, by the time I finish them all, I could be a pro, right? All right, come on. Let's spread those open and push them down good. We'll push them from the other side this time. Yeah, there we go. Move that baby around off the card. And I'm not going to bother with inking today either. That way I don't end up using up time for inking. I think I did better when I laid it down like this and did it. Whoops. I don't see my legs anymore. It must have popped out a little bit, and it did. And since I know I messed all these, kind of messed these up, I'm going to come back to the little ones because I glued all my people down. And I'm going to see, before I glue down my big bugs, I'm going to look and see if you can see them through the thing. I'm going to make the same mistake twice, I guess. And probably, like I said, if these had been printed on clear sticker paper, it probably wouldn't have been a problem. But you can't really see all the way through the washi sticker paper. So I have some of these already cut out that I think will work with my big ones. Or let's just, yeah, we already got it on here. Where'd that go? Aha. So I shoved that out of the way too quickly. That's what it looks like with the little tiny brads, which just I think is absolutely adorable. So we're going to leave him like that. And you really don't need to do anything to it. You can come back and add labels or something if you wanted, but you really don't need to. All right, let's try, I don't know, let's see what the mushrooms look like if I use the sticky paper over top of them. Okay. I won't need, obviously, all of this, but we'll try it out here before. And I got several cut out here. I'm going to use the lightest one, or what seems to look like the lightest one. And actually, I do think this one will work well. So let's see, maybe I can get 2 out of this piece. Oh yeah, you can see through this much, 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 much better. So I'm going to cut down my piece. Wants to stick to my scissors. Yeah. All I want to do is get a big enough piece to put down here. Here we go. Doesn't matter if it's not perfect because the edges of the slide will cover it up, as long as it's big enough to cover my window. So let's just try to tear it. Aha! It worked. But just down on here, you really can't see it, so let's do it with the butterfly. So you can really see some grunginess coming through the slide piece. Yeah, oh yeah. Now, I gotta trim up this clear plastic because I didn't do a very good job of cutting it. So let's see, let's get that off there. Get these off there. Still think I got another one on there, but let's try to come along here and cut this down where it sticks all the way down. Woohoo! I have sticker all over my fingers too. Again, I'm going to just try to tear it. Yeah, that worked. These other pieces off my fingers. See if I can do the same across the bottom. I pull that back a bit. There we go. Again, I'm trying not to cover up my holes. I managed to only cover one. Let's see here. There we go. And I still need to trim up here, so maybe I can get that piece trimmed. I'm not going to swear I can do that. I'm going to use my needle and just go over it. Throwing brads in my lap. Oh, there he goes. Back to the table, I think. I'm going to go around this just to kind of push that down around my sticker. So it looks like it's a part of it. All right. And I like that. Can you see that one good? I really like how that one turned out. This time I think I'll use the little square brads on it. Maybe. Maybe my holes aren't big enough for these. If I can't get them in there. No, they're not. I'm going to tear my slide up, so I'm not even going to try. I'll add my brads later on. So I'm just going to glue this one shut. Along my edges. Put a little bit more glue on this since I don't have any brads in it. Alrighty. I'm so excited. I just love these and how they're turning out. It's just too cool. Too cool, too cool. Too cool, too cool. Check that out. Now, isn't that so cool looking? I love it. I just love it. Okay. And my other bug over here, I think I'll see if I can cut this piece down and use it on top of him. And I got a little bit of glue on it, but you know what? That looks like the glass is kind of smudged up a little bit. So let's cut this. And if you get it cut in the right place, it kind of tears pretty good. See if I can get that piece of glue off there. A little bit. Yeah, I did. I'll leave the rest of it on there. I don't care. I'll just add something old looking. Okay. Got that side. Tear. Yeah, it tears fairly straight. At least the sticker paper that I'm using does. And let's cut this off about right there. Oh, got to cut the whole thing. Oh, it took it all off for me, didn't it? Okay, and then let's put this down over top of this. And it's probably going to be hard to see because of my brown paper again. I can cut that side enough. We'll peel that back up a bit. If you were using an ivory color for your slides, this would look really, really cool with an ivory colored background. There we go. Again, I'm going to use the top side of my needle and just go around my little bug. Just to kind of get it all stuck down. That looks like we got something else in that slide with our bug, but you're not going to be able to see it anyway. All right. Cool. It's just too cool. And we'll move on to a bigger one this time. And I think the secret is the clear sticker paper. So if you're going to use it over slides, use clear sticker paper. And not try using the washi papers, because you won't be able to see through it. It's more opaque than see-through. All right, so now we have these. That one. And now we're gonna let's do this big one here. Hoping one of these pieces will work well for this. Yeah. Oh yeah. That is just too cool. Just, I mean, too cool. I love how those lines are on that piece. All right. I'm going to cut it down here. And then I'm going to put one of my bugs down and put this over top of it and see how he turns out. Maybe we'll use Papa Bug today. All right, it's a lot easier to cut if you do it while the paper's on the back still. All right, let's see. Got a couple of, I got a mama and a papa here. Let's do this one. I don't know, I just think it looks cool. Yeah. So, I'm gonna glue it down first with just a little glue because the sticker will hold it down all the way. A couple dots will do it. Enough to hold it in place while I put the sticker over it. Close the slide, make sure he gets centered up here. Yep, there we go. And we'll put down our vintage photo piece over top of it. It's just too cool. Pushing it down all around my bug. All right. Oh, look at that. That just looks too cool. Too cool for school. I love it. Absolutely love it. Alrighty. We'll do a couple more big ones, do you think? Well, how much time? Man, we're doing pretty good. It's only 36 minutes. So I'm doing pretty good here. We get this glued down. All right. And I can come back and poke holes. There are little places here that are indented on these slides where I could come in and poke holes in it and put brads in these larger ones as well, which is probably what I will end up doing. Okay, get one of our brown ones and another. Whoops, we've used that piece and I've used those pieces. So let's get another one, the ones I've already cut out here. Yeah, let's just use one of the ones I've cut out. Let's try this one that has actually, and we're going to leave that number on there because I think that would look really awesome. So let's see. Let's cut it off about right. Oops. That corner's folded down. Maybe I should get a different slide. We'll see if I can straighten it back out. If I can, I won't worry about it. Yeah, that's fine. That works. Okay, do we want to use, what do we want to use next? Let's see what you are. Ooh, you're nifty looking. So are you. You'll get to play next time, buddy. Oh, yeah. I think that if I were to do these again, I would use some neutral cardstock rather than the darker colors, because I think the vintage photo pieces would show up so much better on a neutral colored cardstock. Ivory or even a white cardstock would work good for this, because this is going to grunge it up, and then you can ink the outside around your slide and grunge it up really good. All right, so this was just a fairly simple project. Like I said, I've never made slides, so now I'll have some slides for my journals. And I really want that 7 to show here, so how can I do this so that it will? Let's just try doing that. And if I can get it to lay there right, I'll get my hands off of it, and then I'll close the bug on it. There we go. Some clear in there. All right, if I'm going to do it, I got to go clear in with the end, because that's what it seemed like worked when I was trying to do it the other way. Let's do this. Okay. It's going to give that faux black look around it, which absolutely adds to it. Okay. And it's all right. Part of the 7 got a little cut off, but that's okay. I don't mind that. Just, where is my scrapey tool? My ruler will work. Yeah, this works good. Turn it over. And I come around that bug real good, so it's stuck down around him. Push him down real good everywhere, right around my edges. And there we go. He is done. Look at that, how it looks, has that blackened look around it. I just love it. I'm in love, I'm in love. And I'm just finding all kinds of ways to use these film strip woods. Margaret, you did amazing. Absolutely amazing. I just can't wait to see what you come up with next. Your vintage slides were awesome. Your boo-boo tape was awesome. And I'm sure you will come up with something else to follow right along. Of course, it might be a little hard to outdo this vintage photo kit, but and that's okay, because if this were a true slide, you might see a little bit of it peeking out there. Sure that's no wrinkles, or if there are wrinkles, I'm going to take advantage of them. All right, there we go. And then I could come in. I have my little labels, small labels here, so let me see if I have like a specimen one or something that says that might work well for this. So I'm going to pull a handful or two out here. What are you? What are you? A field note maybe? That's what would be really good here, is something that says field notes or number. Can't even read what that says. No, but I kind of like this. Let's see if I have any other field notey kind of thing here. That might be good. Number 3. Botanical Lab. That would be good to put on one. And yeah, I don't want that. Looking for more little field note pieces. I know I had some. I know I probably haven't used them up either. There's a stamp, a number, some kind of a fancy name. Where are all my little ones that say field notes? Of course not. When I want them, I can't find them. Aha, field label. Here we go. Here's one. Oh, that's kind of big for that, isn't it? You are too, but oh boy, I need something short and long. What are you? That's a little tiny letter. That's not going to work. Here we go. Let's see if I can't use this one on one of these. And I think, do I want him over here? Nope, I think I want him on this one. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the top off of it and just use the part at the bottom that says field label. The top could be used on something else. Yeah. Or cut that a little bit straighter, Miriam. Cut straight. I couldn't cut straight if my life depended on it. Alright, so where's my little dauber? Where have you run off to, little dauber? I can't see you anywhere. Yell at me if you see it, because I'm sure not seeing it. Well. It's gotta be maybe under here. Oh, there you are, hiding. Hiding, hiding, hiding. Away from everyone. Hiding, hiding, hiding. You're almost done. There's that one. And I'm going to use this one here because it's got a signature and a number and who knows what else it says. I will get my magnifying glass out. I probably couldn't read it even if I got my magnifying glass out. Okay. Yep, then I'll keep that piece there to use on something else in the future. Okay. And glue. Here we go. So that's one way you can use Margaret's vintage photo package. I know you'll come up with 1,000,001 other ways once you start crafting with it. I just think these look so cool with the darkened areas and the black lines and things that go across them. I just think they're so cool looking. And we're going to give this one the field label. I'm just going to put it right. Do I want this one on the top maybe? Yeah, I'm going to put this one up here. Oh. Okay. There we go. And you could always come along too if you wanted to put a round one in the corner down here at some point. But I think that's all I'm going to do for now. That one still has to dry. So, I made 2 biggies. And I made multiple little ones. We got finished the butterfly, a bug that we put the little tiny brads in too. And we got another bug here. So, we ended up getting 5 completed, and I have several more here that I can continue to work on. That's what I have for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you have not tried out Margaret's vintage photo, please go check it out. It's really cool, and it's wonderful to use when you're making your own slides. So there we go. You all have a wonderful evening and a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye now, everyone.